In 1980, a little girl went camping with her family in the jungle. Passing by the river, she hears a girl singing. She looks at the little girl and calls her to her side. The girl's name was Rose. She began to show the little girl magic tricks. Suddenly, a lot of people came from somewhere in the jungle who were looking at the little girl in a strange way. The little girl got scared. Then Rose said to her, "Don't worry. They're all my friends." The little girl didn't leave in fear. That's why Rose held the little girl's hand. After that, all these people come close to the little girl and kill her. And then we see the little girl's eyes shining. Later, we learn the truth that Rose and all her companions were from the satanic cult of vampires who ate children or didn't drink their blood. In fact, they were looking for children from all over the world who would shine in them. Shine is called God-gifted magic in this movie. And then after killing the children with shine, the steam that comes out of their insides, these people eat it and live for thousands of years. Now the scene is cut, and we are shown the Overlook Hotel, where a child is riding a cycle. The child's name is Danny. Now this child, named Danny, sees a ghost of an old woman in the washroom of his hotel. He was very scared when he saw it. When he returned home from that hotel, he even stopped talking. This was going on for many days. Now his mom was also very worried about him. Now one day, in his city, he comes to meet a soul in the Overlook Hotel, whom Danny was able to see because he also had shine, magical powers. This soul tells him that when I was little, I also had shine, but his shine was many times less than Danny's. That's why when he went inside the Overlook Hotel, nothing happened to him. But when Danny went inside the Overlook Hotel, all the souls present there woke up because all those souls were hungry for shine. But they killed Danny and wanted to take his shine. That's why he's still after Danny. This soul has come to tell Danny something now. He gives Danny a box and says, "Look, this is a magic trick that my grandmother taught me. With this, you will imprison all those souls who are behind you." He also asks Danny in this box, "So many souls in this box?" In response, he says, "You will actually create this box in your mind, and you will imprison all those souls in it." Now listening to this soul, Danny goes to his home's washroom, where he started seeing that old soul. There he goes and creates a box in his mind, and imprisons that soul. After that, he was feeling very relaxed, and his mom was also happy with this. Now, this is where the scene gets cut, and the scene after 31 years is shown, where Danny has grown up now, and his mom is dead. Danny's life was complete nonsense. He had become an alcoholic, and in this addiction, he also fights with a man. Seeing this, a girl is very impressed with him, and takes him to her house. In the morning, when Danny wakes up with him, he saw that there was no money in his wallet. So he stole money from the girl's wallet. And then the soul present there told him, "You are doing wrong." But Danny didn't pay attention to him. The scene gets cut, and in a theater, we are introduced to a girl named Andy, who also had a shine, and she can hypnotize anyone with her shine. She hypnotizes many people in the theater and makes them unconscious, and then steals money from their wallet and runs away. While doing this, Rose's eyes fell on him, and she thought, why not make this girl a member of her cult, so that it will be easier for her to kidnap children. Now Rose somehow meets Andy and invites him to join her cult. But why would Andy join her cult? And why would she work with him to kidnap children? Then Rose explains to him, "Look, we are vampires, and we live on the stream of shiny children, not a little but thousands of years." Hearing this, Andy gets impressed and joins their cult. In the evening, all these vampires do some rituals to include Andy in their cult, because of which Andy was in a lot of pain. After this, Andy is hypnotized by the same girl who was hypnotized at the start of the movie. And after that, finally, Andy becomes a part of their cult. That is, she becomes a vampire who eats shine. Now after the scene, we are shown a little girl, Abra. Today is her birthday, and a lot of people have come to her birthday. Her dad has also called a magician for her birthday. The magician shows a lot of magic tricks. Impressed by the magician's magic tricks, Abra goes home and teaches her parents her magic tricks. She had hung all the spoons on the roof while controlling them with her mind, and then dropped them down, and because of doing this magic, her mom and dad were very scared. At the same time, by doing this magic, both Danny and Rose had sensed it. That is, both of them had found out about the existence of a human being. Anyway, now Danny wanted to improve his life. That's why he comes to another city and meets a cat-like person who helps him get a house and a job. He also wanted to quit alcohol here. For this, he had also joined a rehabilitation center. Now at night, when he was sleepy, a girl and her child's ghost came to meet him. Seeing this, he was very scared because last night he was with this girl. The girl told him that she died due to drug overdose, and her child was killed due to hunger. No one knows about the death of both of them yet, and their bodies are still lying on the bed. Suddenly, Danny is shocked. To reduce this shock, he wanted to drink alcohol again, but then he didn't. Anyway, the next day we see Danny in the rehabilitation center where he got a job in a year. Here, such people were kept very close to death. Here, Danny meets an old man who was very close to death, but he was scared of death. So Danny goes to him, and with the power of his shine, he shows him good memories of his life, and thus, his death becomes easy for him. Now, because of using Danny's shine, Abra found out about Danny. He found out that there is a man in another city who has shine. He contacts Danny and writes hello on the wall of his room. Danny also found out that this work is of a girl who has shine. He also starts talking to her, and Abra is happy to know that she is not alone in the world who has shine. There are many more people here. Anyway, the story goes on for 8 years, and we see Danny again, who is completely sober now, and he helps people in their easy death, that is, in the difficult time of death. He shows good memories to people who have shine, and thus, his death becomes easy for him. That is why he became famous in the city by the name of Dr. Sleep. We see that because of his shine, Abra and Danny talk to each other every day, but they have never met each other. We meet Rose and her cult group, who were dying of hunger because they were not getting the children with shine. Rose now finds out that a member of her cult group was dying of hunger, or because of not getting shine. To save him, Rose opens her thermos, in which she had collected a lot of shine. She dries it and saves that person's life. Here, Rose's accomplice finally finds another child with shine. This child is hypnotized by Andy and kidnapped. They bring him to a nearby park and tie him to the ground and start torturing him every day. And all these people fall on top of the child who is dying of hunger. Abra senses his pain and torture and screams a lot because of the death of that child. Abra was very much traumatized. She also writes to Danny on the wall and tells him that a murder has taken place. All these vampires bury the child after taking his steam. Rose tells her whole cult that someone has sensed them, someone has known them, someone has murdered them, and the child who is found out has 1,000 times more shine than a normal person, and if we catch him and kill him, we can stay alive for 10 years without killing anyone. Now Abra, who was curious about the child's murder, who killed him, takes information about the lost children on the internet where she finds out about the dead children. Now she goes into the child's memories to find out what happened to him, who killed him. She had found out about the vampire cult. She was just investigating the child's murder when she suddenly reached Rose's mind. Rose, who was in a grocery shop at that time, had also seen Abra in her mind. She goes to a mirror to see her face. Seeing her, she was about to control herself when Abra immediately broke her connection with Rose. And so, suddenly, Rose can't control herself and goes far away. Rose immediately goes with her and tells her that the girl has much more power than we thought because she had gone from Rose's mind. Now, Abra had to investigate the child's murder. She knew that only Denny could help her in this. That's why she doesn't go to school the next day, but goes to meet Denny. Denny is also happy to meet her and tells her that the one Abra thinks is magic is called shine. At that time, Abra tells Denny about the vampire cult who had murdered the child. Actually, Abra wanted them to take out the dead body of the child, after which the vampire cult would be punished for their deeds. But Denny doesn't want to get into all this mess. He also advises Abra that you should also stop using your shine, or that cult will sense you and kill you too. Then their meeting ends here, and at night, the same soul comes to meet Denny, who repeatedly says to Denny that you should help Abra, or else the cult will find Abra and kill her. And as far as I am concerned, I am now going to my soul's world forever. I will never come to meet you again. Denny was a little sad to hear this, but now he had decided to help Abra. The scene cuts, and now we see that the vampire Rose separates her soul from her body and then flies in the sky, sensing Abra's shine power, and enters her house. She wanted to go into her memories, control her, and kill her. But Abra already knew about her arrival, so Abra had laid a trap for her. As Rose goes into her memories, Abra grabs her hand, which hurts Rose a lot, and she runs away from here without doing anything. When she comes here, she finds out that another member of her cult, who had become quite old, is missing, and she asks him, "What is happening? You told me that we don't die." Rose says that it was not like that. "I told you that the more we take steam, the more we stay alive." As soon as he sees this, his grandpa dies, and Rose and all her friends eat the steam coming out of her body. Here Rose's friend tells her that we are going to find Abra, but we can't take you with us because they can control your mind and they can also know our plan. Here Abra also contacts her friend Denny and tells him that she had controlled Rose's mind and she found out that they are coming to catch Abra. And as soon as Denny knows this, he decides to come and help her. Denny was on his way with his friend when Abra took his soul and came with him in his car. He told Denny that he has learned a new trick with the help of which he can control anyone's mind. As soon as he says this, he goes to Denny's mind, where he sees a lot of boxes, an Overlook Hotel. Now, they reach the same place, where the vampires group had buried the child. Here, Denny's friend was not understanding what Denny and Abra were trying to do, so Denny's friend also started believing that he had some powers. This mission was so big that Abra could not do it without informing her parents. So in the morning, she goes to Denny's house and shows him the entire story of the child's murder and also tells him about the vampires cult group. Abra wanted to catch the vampires group, but her dad says that he must have done something for the police. It is better to kill the vampires. Now Abra uses her powers to know the location of the cult, and she finds out that they were coming to catch Abra. Now Denny makes a plan to deceive them. These three girls come to a jungle with Abra, and sensing Abra's powers, the entire cult group comes to the same jungle to relax Abra. Denny uses his hypnotization powers and then comes to Abra and injects him with a sedative. But then it turns out that he did not inject Abra, but his little daddy. And all these cult groups were the magic of Abra. Through his magic, he showed them something else. Abra was not here. Abra was at her house. And we saw that Denny had found Abra's trap. So he sent his entire cult group to the same place where Abra had set the trap. And he himself came to catch Abra at her house here in the jungle. Denny, Abra's dad, and Denny's friend start shooting the vampire group. One by one, the shooting starts from both sides, where more vampires were killed. Here Abra's dad and Denny's friend ran out of bullets. Abra had only one bullet, and only one Andy was left alive. As soon as Denny picks up the gun to kill Andy, Denny hypnotizes him and puts him to sleep. And before she kills Denny, Abra uses her powers to wake Denny up. Now Denny was not fully awake when he heard the sound of the bullet, and the bullet hit Andy. It turned out that it was Denny's friend who had killed him. And in anger, Denny says to Abra to kill yourself. This hypnotized man shoots himself, and he is killed. Now the scene of Abra's house is shown where a member of the vampire group takes Abra from here. At the same time, Abra's dad tries to stop him, but everything goes wrong. When Abra regains consciousness, he was tied to a car seat, because of which he was not even coming to his senses, and neither was he able to use his powers. Here, when Denny finds out that Abra has been kidnapped, he is very upset. With this upset mind, he decides to drink alcohol again after many years, but this time too, he lost control of himself and then used his shine to find Abra. Now Abra's dad gets a car accident, because of which that man died badly after getting out of the car. In this way, all these vampires were almost killed except Rose, who they had not brought in this mission. Now Rose takes all the steam stored in her thermos to make herself stronger. I'm going to a place which is very dangerous for shine people, and that is Overlook Hotel, from where many souls were after Denny. Denny believed that if it is dangerous for shine people, then it is dangerous for vampires. As soon as Denny comes to this hotel, he goes to the boiler room and turns on the boiler. Then he goes to a bar room where a soul offers him alcohol, because this soul knew that Denny could sell him, but he controlled all his emotions and did not get trapped in the soul's trap. Now Denny and Abra see that Rose has also come to this hotel, sensing both of them. And as soon as she comes here, she sees a lot of blood coming out of the lift. After this, Rose goes ahead and finds Denny and Abra, who had attacked her with their shine powers. Now Rose is in a strange world, which was like a puzzle, where Abra was attacking her again and again. Now the next time when Abra comes to attack her, Rose is ready. She catches Abra to kill him, but then she finds out that this mind is not of Abra, but of Denny, where he wants to lock her in a box. As soon as she realizes this, Rose comes out of Denny's mind and runs away when Rose offers Denny to join her cult. But as soon as Denny refuses and is about to attack her, Rose takes his axe and attacks him. This attack hurt Denny a lot. Rose had now picked him up and thrown him down the stairs. Because of the pain, his shine was coming out of him, which Rose was now taking inside her. Now here Rose goes inside, where Denny immediately opens all the boxes in his mind, in which he had kept all the souls of Overlook Hotel. Those souls which were locked in Denny's mind for many years were very hungry. As soon as they came out, like a hungry lion, a vampire attacks Rose and kills her badly and eats her. After that, all these souls had taken control of Denny. Then Denny, to kill Abra, takes his axe and runs after her. Here Abra also sees all the souls of this hotel, and that's when Denny comes in front of her. Denny, with great difficulty, takes himself out of the possession of all the souls and tells Abra, I had turned on the boiler room here. This hotel will explode at any time, so get out of here. All the souls here will be killed. This made his death easier. Abra, standing outside, was watching the whole hotel burn, and she was more saddened by Denny's death than the hotel burning. Anyway, the scene cuts, and we are shown the scene after many days. That Denny's soul comes to meet Abra, just like a good soul used to come to meet Denny. We have come to know that all the souls of that hotel are now after Abra. That's why Denny has taught Abra the magic of locking all the souls in a box. Here, while talking to someone, Abra is sensed by her mom. She comes and asks, who are you talking to? Abra does not lie and tells her that she is talking to Denny's soul. Mom, do you know that there is also an afterlife in which Denny is absolutely fine, and so is my dad? After hearing this, Abra went to the washroom to imprison the old soul that Denny had locked in the box. And just by showing this, the movie story ends here. Thanks, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about this movie and what other movies or documentaries you want me to review next. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.